This podcast is going to be an introduction to the academic writing course that ASP will be offering this term and usually every term. And we have Pete and Nicole. Pete, could you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Pete Hanratty. I'm a lecturer for the Academic Success Programme.
And I'm Nicole Chartier, and I am also a lecturer for the Academic Success Programme.
First question, what is the academic writing course?
The academic writing course covers a range of topics and information that a student might need for writing at the university level. Things that we cover in the class specifically are things like style. One example would be using formal language versus informal language, and how to eliminate informal language from your academic writing. Another area we often cover is structure. What I mean by that is something like how do you structure an essay if you have a compare and contrast essay you have to write versus a research paper. Pete?
Yeah, as Nicole said, the course is aimed at international students to be able to write at an appropriate level at university. So it's a course that lasts several weeks, and during each of those weeks we cover different aspects to do with academic writing. As Nicole touched on, some of those aspects are things like if you've got a compare and contrast essay, but also I think it's important that each one of these weeks has a different grammatical function which is taught, and students can incorporate parts of that into different types of essays. So every week we introduce a different function in writing, and a lot of these functions can actually complement each other and be used together when you're writing any type of essay or report.
If students do the academic writing course, how might they benefit? Pete, do you want to start?
Yeah, well, I think first off it's a no pressure environment. You're in there with a group of like-minded students with similar wants and needs. So the first thing for me is you benefit from a nice, no pressure, social, friendly environment.
In addition to that, it gives you more practice than you would get if you just attended your mandatory modules. You get the chance to get a little bit of extra practice, and you get feedback from us, which is obviously nice because, as Pete was saying, it's no pressure. We're not marking any of your work, but we are there to give you feedback. And overall, obviously, the aim of the course is to improve your academic writing on a whole. So hopefully, at the end of the course, you will find that it's easier to write, and that your language and academic level of writing have improved overall.
Yeah, I think it's important. You benefit in terms of your confidence as well when you're writing and submitting a piece of work. It's likely that you'll be more confident when you submit any work, or more confident in expressing yourself academically in written English.
Are these fun classes?
Traditionally, there has been a really good sort of atmosphere in the class where students are pretty relaxed. They ask lots of questions, are really supporting each other. Because you've got a group of students from different cultural backgrounds, different disciplines here in the university and different levels of study, you can have a really interesting class dynamic. That means where you sit next to students that you wouldn't normally sit next to in your day-to-day studies, and that can be really, really good for the development of your English, but also the social side of things. It can be really good fun, actually, that class.
Nicole, how should students approach the academic writing course?
Because the students are from various colleges, it's important to keep in mind that we may not every week directly cover a topic or a type of writing that you're going to need to do, but the goal overall is to, as Pete mentioned earlier, most of what we talk about can be applied to most writing. So you have to be prepared to try new things, and then you would then try and apply those to your specific assignments. it might not be immediately clear in the class, but as you continue to work and develop your writing, it will become obvious why those particular skills are beneficial later in your academic work.
Yeah, I agree. I think that students should look for the opportunities in their discipline-specific work to use these kinds of structures. But also, I think it's really important that a student comes to the class with the right mindset. They come ready to ask questions and ready to participate in discussion, and ready to try and improve week by week. So I think that's really important, the attitude.
And I think your point about week by week improvement, I think sometimes students are hoping that they'll come and suddenly their writing will be exponentially better. But writing is a process, and even those of us who have been writing for a long time know that you can always improve. So I think that Pete's right about that mindset. It's a long-term goal, not a short-term goal. So that would be the other thing I think will help students in terms of mindset.
To manage their expectations.
Yeah, but and to think of it as if I come and I work hard in each session, gradually my writing will improve. Not that they'll come to one session and suddenly know how to write their next essay for their next assignment.
But being prepared to ask questions of the teacher is really important. It's always the students that ask more questions and participate in class discussions who tend to improve most over the length of the course.